Hey everybody, welcome back to JetsHQ. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. I've got to tell you everybody, I've been having a blast. I've done 4 or 5 really cool videos. I've been doing some subscriber responses, and I really have enjoyed discussing things with you guys, and I appreciate the feedback. It's been really great. So thank you guys for joining in. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Share the video, get some of this information out there. I really appreciate it. It would mean the world to me if you guys liked what I said good enough to share it with others. So that would be great. Today is the day. Today is the first part of our round 1 series. It's our interactive draft board. You can see behind me. I'm a little bit crazy. Went nuts on the magnetic board there with some pretty cool little magnetic helmets. Got my own picks up there. We're going to go over it step by step. I want your interaction here. I need your interaction. What I have up there are my picks. I'm happy with my picks, but I want to know what you guys think. This is your Jets. This is your draft board. So I want to hear from you guys, and we're going to change things around according to how our viewers feel the first round is going to go. So here's the way we're going to do it. Obviously, we've got 32 picks, so we're going to break it down so we can discuss a little bit. I don't want to make anything too long and drawn out, and I don't want to take away from discussion of any one of the picks, so I don't want to take away from the teams. Of course, I'm Jets knowledge heavy, and I feel like I know the NFL pretty well, and I've put a lot of research into this draft board, but if you guys are a specific fan of another team, I would love to have your input. I would love to tap into the chatter that's going on among your friends and what you get your news from and what you listen to. So please help out. All right, so we're going to start off with our top 10. Top 10 is actually not as easy as it usually is. Usually you've got first top 3 picks that make it very easy, and then everything else just kind of falls in line. But lately there's been dash for the QB, and I don't think this year's going to be any different. So I really think that the whole first round is in flux, including the top 10. Usually, you've got that solid pick. Now, everybody thinks Kyler Murray's going to be the number 1 pick. And let me tell you, if he's not, it was the greatest smokescreen ever, because I'm convinced. I don't know about you, but I'm convinced. So, I feel bad for Josh Rosen. He's going to be sitting there kicking the cat, thinking like, what am I? It's like you drafted me. You traded up to draft me. You stick me out there. You don't put anybody in front of me. You plant me into the grass every freaking game, and now you're kicking me to the curb. So not only that, but the Cardinals have done an extremely poor job of hiding any of this. So if this is the truth, if this is the way this is actually going to break out, they've got hardly any value for Josh Rosen. They want to trade him for some value, and they've killed his value, killed it, because everybody in the world knows they need to trade Josh Rosen because they're taking Kyler Murray. So they've done themselves a disservice pretty well as far as the draft goes. But hey, not every team is good at what they do, and Cardinals are picking first for a reason. So, just let that be said right there. Well, let's start off. Okay, so we're going to break down. I'm going to show you some close-ups of the draft board, so you don't have to squint and pause my video and try to see what's behind me. But I'm going to give you some close-ups of it, and we're going to take it step by step. So here we go. All right. So we're going to take the top 3 here. We're going to look at, because we know the Jets are at number 3, and that's where we want to get to. Everybody wants to jump ahead. We'll start off with number 1, the Cardinals. So the Cardinals, I've got selecting Kyler Murray, obviously. If they don't select Kyler Murray, like I said, great job, Cardinals, at pulling one over on us and killing Josh Rosen's value. But hey, it could happen. So somebody is taking Kyler Murray number 1. So I'm going to say it's the Cardinals. Now, I don't have any trades in my draft board. It's just a little too hard to project them. We can discuss the trades all, to the end of the earth. But projecting them on the board, that just can't be done right now. So we're going to just go with the team's spots in order, and we'll talk about what they could be doing when we get there. So Cardinals could trade out. They could probably get a bounty for this pick, but I'm thinking they're going to take it. They're going to take Kyler Murray, and then they're going to trade. They're going to trade Josh Rosen, and instead of getting a 1 or a 2 for him, they're going to get a 4 or a 5, and that's their fault. So tough. All right, so then moving on to number 2, we're going to go to 49ers. The 49ers have Nick Bosa sitting right there in their lap. So they also have Dwayne Haskins with all of the people, all of the teams that want to move up, sitting right there knocking on their door. So what are we going to do? This is going to be interesting. Nick Bosa is not what they need. they signed Quan Alexander. They traded for D Ford. They've got their edge nailed down. Nobody's going to start over those two guys. I don't care who you are. So coming in as a rookie, what are they going to do with him? I mean, they just don't need him. So now they've created a market for themselves, which is a good job by the 49ers as opposed to the Cardinals. They've created a market to people who want Nick Bosa coming up and getting number 2, or people who want Dwayne Haskins coming up and getting number 2. So good job on them. I think that's really good. I think that the trade most likely to go down would be at number 2. Now, there's lots of teams that we could project into that trade, but for right now, we're just going to pretend that the 49ers are taking the pick. If the 49ers take this pick, there is no way on earth that they pass on Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams is a showstopper. He is a difference maker, and he is a monster. He's probably the best player in the draft. He's better than Nick Bosa. Of course, it's apples to oranges because he plays on the inside, but I mean, you put him in the middle of Quan Alexander and D Ford, I don't know, the 49ers are coming to get you. So that's looking really strong. So I'm going to project Quinnen Williams at number 2, the 49ers. Now, if by some miracle they didn't trade and give up their pick, and somebody comes swooping in to take Dwayne Haskins, all right, and they do take, now that's great for us. I know everybody out there in Jets land wants Quinnen Williams, but that's great for us, okay? We need an edge rusher badly. So if somebody comes up and takes a trade for Dwayne Haskins, that's great. If somebody comes up and trades for Bosa, that sucks. But if the 2 out of the 3, where the Niners take Quinnen Williams, or they trade to somebody who wants Dwayne Haskins, then 2 out of those 3 options work out fantastically for the Jets. Nick Bosa falls into their lap, and there they are sitting with a decision. The decision is, do they trade their pick, or do they take Bosa? Now, if somebody's already come up and taken Haskins number 2, done deal. Thank you very much. Our new edge rusher for the next 10 years named Nick. How'd you like to meet him? So I'm looking very forward to that. I really like that idea, okay? Now, trading down for the Jets is a wonderful option if the Niners didn't make that trade. If they went with Bosa, the 33% chance of the other 2, the other options off the table, they went with Bosa. And now here we are. The Jets have Quinnen Williams, or they can trade out to somebody who wants Haskins. So we've talked about this in the other video, but it's a great option either way for the Jets. If we get enough in trade capital in draft capital to trade down, I'd take it because I want Jonah Williams and I want to draft later and get him, and I want to get extra picks because the Jets need extra picks. If nobody wants to pay the price, or if Haskins and Murray are already gone and the Jets can't trade out, then okay, we'll take Quinnen Williams. That's no problem. But right now, on the board, the way I have it, I have the Jets projected to select Nick Bosa. Since we're not trading, the Niners aren't trading, Nick Bosa is going to follow the Jets number 3, and we say thank you very much for our edge rusher of the future. All right, so going on to number 4, we've got the Raiders. The Raiders are there watching all of this stuff happening, and they're saying, well, we could have been one of the teams to trade up. It's true, they could have been, but I think Derek Carr is really serviceable. I think John Gruden's going to stick with him. So the Raiders do have 3 picks in the first round, so they're in great shape. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that they could trade down. Everybody's saying the Raiders could trade up, and they're going to get Kyler Murray or make some big splash, but I think it's not beyond the realm of possibility that the Raiders could trade down. Trade down and get even more picks. Could you imagine the Raiders having 4 or 5 picks in the first round? It would be sick. And nobody would be laughing at them after that one. So, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I think John Gruden might be smart enough to pull that off, but we'll see. So, we'll see how that goes. They have to place Khalil Mack. So, we've got our 3 picks in the first round. This is going to be the first of them, so I'm going to project Josh Allen to go to them to start off the replacement process of Khalil Mack. He'll be their new edge rusher. He's a super talent out of Kentucky. He looks just like an absolute monster. I think he's going to be great. A lot of people have him projected to the Jets. would not make me sad to see the Jets have him, except we're going to get Bosa. So the Raiders go with Josh Allen, and I think that's a decent pick if they don't trade out. All right, then we move on to the Bucs. The Bucs are at number 5. They lost Quan Alexander to the 49ers, so they're going to be looking to replace their pass rush. They're going to be looking to replace their linebacker. So where do we go? There's a couple of young linebackers that are moving up the draft board really quickly. I really think that this one fits perfectly in their system. It fills a need for the loss of Quan Alexander, so I think they're going to go with Devin White. Devin White, the young linebacker, I think that's a perfect pick for them. I would love to hear from you Bucs fans what you think. I don't think there's really much of a chance for them to be trading here. I just don't see the way the scenarios fall out, so I think they're going to end up with the pick, but it's a good one. So they get a nice young linebacker there. Moving on to number 6, the Giants. Personally, I hope the Giants select a punter. Nothing would make me happy to see them fumble this pick and mess it up and just blow it, but I don't think they have a chance at number 6 to mess this up. They also have a pick later in the first round for blowing away Odell Beckham Jr., which was just insanely stupid. So thank you for that, Giants. I really appreciate you sending your superstars out of the New York area so that we can have all of the headlines for our young players. It's very nice of you guys to take a step back like that, so we appreciate it. But at number 6, right now, unless the Giants trade up, and believe me, the Jets would love to entertain a trade with the Giants. It would be the first time in like 30 years, but we would entertain it if they wanted to move up and select their QB of the future, Dwayne Haskins, who I've got projected to them at number 6. Obviously, they need a quarterback. The Muppet that they have standing behind the offensive line right now couldn't throw the ball more than 5 yards. If his brother came back from retirement, he could throw the ball farther and better and more accurately and read a defense better than Eli. So, Giants, you're doing great. I mean, just stick with Eli Manning for the next 10 years, give him a long-term contract, and select a punter at number 6. All right, and number 7, go over to the Jaguars. The Jaguars cut their quarterback, Blake Bortles, and they made him look like a fool all these years because they had no offensive line. It's really been a disaster. So they have the same problems the Jets. So they let their quarterback get pummeled to death. In this particular case, I think they finally get their head out of their ass, and they select a native, Floridian, fantastic upside, huge offensive lineman, Jawan Taylor. I think that he's going to fit in very nicely there. He's going to protect their brand new quarterback, and everything's going to be right in the world again. The Jaguars are going to get back to running the ball with Fournette. I'm not exactly a Jaguars fan, but I think that they've built a really nice base, and I think that Jawan Taylor will be one of those guys, those plug-and-play 10-year guys, and he's just going to be fantastic for them, and he's a hometown guy, so it's perfect for them. That's why I would select Jonah Williams over Jawan Taylor, but, the hometown thing and his high upside, and I really think that he just fits with the Jaguars, and that's who they're going to go after. All right, after that, we're going to stick with the hometown theme. Number 8, we've got the Detroit Lions, and they've got tons of need, but Matt Patricia is the kind of guy who's going to draft defense first all the time. He's going to pack that defense. That's where he came from. That's what he knows. That's what he is. And no one is shining in this draft out of Michigan higher than Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary, the defensive end, is going to come in. He's going to fit right in the silver and blue, and I think that he's going to play his ass off for Matt Patricia. I think he's going to be a stud. I think it's a good pick for the Lions, and I think they'll be very happy, and they may not have to take all the time off the clock on the first round to rush up and select Rashawn Gary at number 8. Then we get the Bills. Now, the Bills, I had them pegged all along taking DK Metcalf, even before his combine amazing, brilliant performance. I really thought that the Bills were going to give their young quarterback, Josh Allen, the quarterback, not the defensive end, the quarterback, Josh Allen, with the arm to throw 100 yards, I thought they were going to give him a beautiful, shiny, fast toy to run down those long passes. But then they go out and they sign Cole Beasley and John Brown as free agents. Okay, I mean that's fine. They're decent, but I guess that takes you out of the market for DK Metcalf. Where's he going to play? You need some other parts. So in this particular case, the Bills have changed my mind. I changed up my draft board a little bit, And I'm going to give them one of the best players on the board, but I'm going to give it to them on their defense. Since their offense is looking okay, I'm going to give it to them on their defense. I'm going to give them Ed Oliver out of Houston. We're going to go with the defensive tackle. He was the #1 player coming into college out of high school. He kind of underperformed, but he's a man mountain. He's a monster. I think he gets some motivation. I think he's going to play for the money, and I think he's going to make himself into a star. And he's probably going to redevelop himself to where he comes out of this draft as one of the top players. So at number 9, I think the Bills are going to go with Ed Oliver. They're going to be super happy that they got him. And then we got number 10. Last one for this video. The last one, we got number 10. We have the Broncos. And man, I like the Broncos. John Elway, man, he was as good a quarterback as he is a bad general manager. I mean, man, that guy is just fucking stupid. But so anyway, he traded for Joe Flacco. I don't know. He wanted to put $25 million on, off of his cap or something, but he traded for Joe Flacco, and now here he is in the draft needing a quarterback anyway. So I mean, man, this guy, wow. Anyway, keep swinging and missing, John. I don't know what's up with you, but anyway, obviously he loves Drew Lock. He's always said he's loved Drew Lock because shit, he can't hide it. He can't put up any smoke screens. So if Drew Lock is sitting here at number 10, they're going to take him, and they're going to let him learn under Joe Flacco for a year, or until Joe Flacco gets the shit kicked out of him in the second or third game of the season, and then Lock has to come in anyway. So that'll be a great $20 million spent. Way to go, John Elway. So anyway, the Broncos are there at number 10. They could trade up, but they really like Drew Lock. Elway likes Drew Lock. He said he likes Drew Lock. Great hiding what you think in the draft, John. But anyway, so I think they're just going to sit at number 10 and let him just fall right to him, and he will. So there's the top 10, guys. That's the top 10. Let me know what you think. Anybody who has an opinion on one of these teams, who's a fan of one of these teams, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. The board is interactive. It'll change with how my subscribers feel. So I can't wait to hear from you guys. It's going to be fun. We're going to get to the next 10 here in a couple of days, a day or two, and then we'll discuss those. But for now, let me know how you feel about the top 10. Remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, share the video, share it, get it out there. Let me know, okay? Let me know what you think. And then anyway, I really thank you guys for joining us. Remember, let's go Jets.